What's going on, guys? Today I'm back with another H.A.T format replay review for you guys. If you're interested in sending in your H.A.T format replays, you can go down to the video description and find all the information on how to send those in. But anyways, here we have another match. We have Blab, who is going to be on Baby Raccoon Fabled, or Fabled Raccoon, whatever you want to call it. Really cool deck, versus Jay's Back, who is going to be on Spellbook, but this is going to be the World of Prophecy Spellbook variant, so also very cool. So this should be a very good matchup, so let's get straight into it. Here we see the rock, paper, scissors. It looks like Blab is going to start this one out. Opening hands, we see Soul Charge, the Fabled Cerebral, Baby Raccoon Tantan, Upstart Goblin, and Torrential. And on the other side, we see Fiendish Chain, Blue Boy, Spellbook of Wisdom, Spellbook of Crescent, and Phoenix Wing Windblast. So let's see what happens. Here they draw a copy of Needle Sealing, very good when you have Tantan, though, you know, Spellbook isn't really the type of deck to make great use against with this. So let's see. Here they go Upstart into Solemn Warning, so they do have a lot of good back row, though, regardless. Setting the Tantan and setting 3 back row over to Jay's Back, who draws a copy of Secrets. Very good draw there. They're having a little back and forth here. They go for Crescent, revealing Tower, Fate, and Master. They get the copy of Fate. They then go Blue Boy. Blab thinks and warnings that keeping them off of a spellcaster is very important, because a lot of the spellbook spells do require you to have a spellbook, whether that be, or I guess a spellcaster, I should say, either on field or in graveyard for Tower's sake. So here they are going to go Secrets for a copy of Tower. They do have it engraved, so that's at least nice, but they can't take advantage of, you know, things like, say, Master if they would have added one, or, you know, the Fate needs a spellcaster to be used. So activate the Tower, set 2 back row, 3 back row, pass it over to Blab, who gets a copy of Maxi, also a card that isn't the greatest, but at the same time, since this is the World variant, they might get a little more use out of this, actually. Here they take a second to think. They flip summon Baby Raccoon Tantan that says, when it's flip summon, you can special summon a level 2 beast-type monster from your deck, except itself. So they use that effect, probably getting a Countessa here, which they do, which says if this card is special summoned by the effect of a beast-type monster, you can target a card on the field and destroy it. So here they're thinking, and they go after Tower because obviously they didn't have a lot of cards in general, so keeping them off the resource loop of putting cards back and drawing is good. They do have 2 Spellbook spells engraved here, so they can technically summon if need be, which they are, and that is going to allow Blab to use that Max C. Here they summon the Temperance of Prophecy, which is level 3, so I guess it does count itself here as well. Being able to summon the Temperance, which has the effect that during your main phase, if you have activated a Spellbook spell card previously this turn, you contribute this card and special summon a level 5 or higher light or dark spellcaster type monster from the deck, and then you can't special summon 5 or higher for the rest of the turn. Here, Blab draws another Max C off the Max C that they had discarded because of the summon of Temperance, and they take a second to think. They set 1, summon the Fabled Cerebral. They synchro summon into the Fabled Unicorn, which says, while you and your opponent have the same number of cards in hand, negate all cards and effects activated by your opponent, and if you do, destroy those cards. Very crazy card, especially when you're able to kind of manipulate the amount of cards in hand. This card can just, you know, be a game ender, and with 2300 attack, it's definitely a crazy card. So Jay's Back thinks, they go, and Blab goes to the battle phase, attacking over the Temperance, but Wing Blast is activated, discarding the Wisdom, so, you know, now there's a difference in cards in hand. Maxi was already activated this turn. It is a hard once per turn, so hopefully they do catch this here. Oh, yep, they do catch it, so unfortunately the Wing Blast will resolve here, getting rid of the Unicorn. And they have to just pass it over to Jay's Back, who gets a copy of Master, which isn't great here because they don't have another spellbook. So here they go to main phase, they activate Fate. Oh, but they can do that, which can then trigger this to go into World. So they're using 3 to banish a random card. So they hit the Torrential. That was a very good card to hit there as well. And now they are using the Temperance. Maxi is chained. and they summon World of Prophecy, and Blab will draw another Max C. So each Max C has got them another Max C. And here we have World of Prophecy. This card obviously was a lot more powerful back in like 2013 in Dragon Ruler format, but still a very crazy card. What this one does is when this card is special summoned by the effect of a spellcaster type monster or a spellbook spell card, you can target 2 spellbook spells in your graveyard, add those targets to your hand. You can't special summon other monsters during the turn you activate this effect. When you add a card or cards to your hand by this effect, you can reveal 4 spellbook spells with different names in your hand, destroy all other cards on the field. Crazy card. Obviously, even if they add 2 here, they won't have 4. But looking at this, they'll be able to get Secrets and Fate back, which is, insane here. So they activate it, getting back the Secrets and the Fate, as I had mentioned. After that, it looks like they are going to activate the copy of Secrets, adding a blue boy to hand. They're going to normal blue boy, use the effect, adding a copy of Wisdom. Here they can then master, revealing Wisdom to get a maybe tower. Yep, tower. And they're going to go to battle phase, attack the blue boy over the Kalantosa, attack in with the World of Prophecy, and then activate tower, set the Fate that they had, and the Wisdom, and pass it over. Blab gets a copy of Tour Guide here. That's not terrible, I guess, though. Fate can kind of just check whatever they would do. They could technically, if this resolves, which it may not, even because of the Fiendish Chain, they'd be able to, flip the Needle Ceiling, but even then, the Wisdom can protect. The Soul Charge could be good, but again, they're very low on life as well. So they're taking some time to think. They go Tour Guide. That's met with the Fiendish Chain as mentioned. They activate Soul Charge for Cerebral and Kalantosa. They say it's good. Here they think they synchro for 5 for Fabled Origin, that it needs a Fabled tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. When it's synchro summon, you draw until you have 2 cards in hand, so they'll be able to draw 1 here. Which they chain Max C to it, so they'll actually get 2 cards. You're getting a Needle Ceiling and a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. Needle Ceiling kind of dead here, but Needle Ceiling's kind of dead here, but the Wing Blast can, at least use it as discard fodder if need be. And now more so than ever, at least they do have this active. And if anything, if they do chain the Wisdom, they can then chain this to still get rid of it. Oh, Jaceback gets a copy of Secrets off the top, though, and can use Tower, getting a copy of Reckless Greed. That's really strong. Activate Secrets for Blue Boy. Summon Blue Boy, use the effect, get Power. Here they're going to activate Power to boost the Blue Boy to 1500. World over Raging. Oh, nope. Chaining the Wing Blast, discarding Needle Ceiling. Here Wisdom is activated. Here Needle Ceiling is activated. Okay, here we go. Clearing the board there. Setting 1 and passing. Blab gets another Soul Charge, but unfortunately that's dead here because he only has 800 life left. Here Jaceback gets a copy of Temperance, and the Tower's going to activate, putting 1 back, getting a copy of Crescent, and this is just game. So very unfortunate, but very cool game back and forth. Blab will get to start this one out, though. Opening hands, we see Trap Stun, Upstart Goblin, Macro, Cosmos. This is going to be crazy against Spellbook, Kalantosa, and MST, so not the craziest hand, but Macro can somewhat carry depending on the opponent's hand, which here we see Jaceback having Book of Moon, Wisdom, Crescent, Fiendish Chain, and Temperance. Drawing a copy of Cerebral for turn, which this one, if this card's discarded to the graveyard, special summon it. So unfortunate, because yeah, that won't work with the Macro. Activate Upstart Gang of Pompoko. Okay, there we go. That's a good card. They summon Pompoko, which is going to allow them to special summon a level 2 beast monster from their deck in face down defense position. So that's really good. Setting the copy of Tantan, then setting Macro and Trap Stun and passing. Here Jaceback gets a copy of Bottomless. Activates Crescent. Macro is chained. So here they get the copy of Wisdom to hand. Summon Temperance. They say it's good. Activate Temperance to get World, which is just a big beater here. Attacking over the Pompoko, which gets banished, and then setting 4 back row. Crazy in Spellbook setting 4 back row. Blab drew a copy of Tour Guide there. So here they're thinking they go Trap Stun, which they, Jaceback still has Book of Moon, but that is going to turn off the Fiendish and Bottomless here, which might actually be good since this Tantan will be live, and they can maybe make a Tour Guide play and potentially if they bait some of this back row, even have an MST to stop some extra stuff. So they might be able to just really clear Jay's back's board here. Let's see what they do. Flip Tantan, summon Kalantosa effect, pop the world, which gets banished, obviously. Here, Tour Guide. Oh, actually, now that I think... Oh, no, they got negated. So, okay, wait. So, they trap stunned. So, this actually would not be banished here. Unless... I don't think it's part of the effect. No, so this shouldn't be banished here, actually, now that I think about it because of that. But anyways, they're summoning Tour Guide. And they summoned out of the deck Fabled Kushano, which says if this card is in the graveyard, you can discard a Fabled monster, to the graveyard except Kushano and add this card to your hand. So it's just a way to trigger your Cerebrals and other things. Going for a copy of Levier just to gain a little bit of attack, ending the Kushano in grave. And that shouldn't be banished either. Again, macro was negated off the trap stun here. Oh, nope, they're remembering now, but they aren't fixing the World of Prophecy. Okay, interesting. Here they are using the Kushano, though, to discard the Cerebral to add it back to hand, and then Cerebral will summon itself back. And overlay for a copy of Ronin, Raccoons, and Dayu. This card, once per turn, detach a material from this card, special summon a Raccoon token. Its attack becomes equal to the current attack of the monster on the field with the highest attack, your choice if tied. While you control another beast-type monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Very good card. Using the effect to make a 2500 token because of the number 17. Here they're going to attack in for a lot of damage. And it's definitely not enough for game, especially given they had upstarted. Setting MST and passing. Here, Jay's back gets a copy of Master, and it looks like it's going to game 3, but this time Jay's back will get to start, and Spellbook going first can be a very scary deck. Opening hands, we see Tantan, Trap Stun, Phoenix Wing, Windblast, Obedience School, so finally seeing that. This card is very crazy of a card, and Trap Stun, and Jay's back here gets a copy of Wisdom, MST, Book of Moon, Temperance, and Crescent, so not terrible of a hand. Interesting, actually, we haven't even seen a High Priestess out of them, now that I think of it. So maybe they're not on High Priestess, though I would assume you would want to still be on them just in case you hard draw the world or something. Drawing a copy of Reckless Greed, activating Crescent, revealing Eternity, Master, and Tower. Which, they didn't even reveal Secrets there, which is also kind of an interesting choice out of them. But I guess if you're going for Temperance, no, even then, weird. Okay, they go Temperance, use the Wisdom, use Temperance, get back World, and then World can add both back, adding the Crescent and Wisdom for follow-up. Setting a couple back row, activating Tower, and passing it over to Blab, who got, I think it was another Wing Blast there. They take some time to think, setting, was that Wing Blast, and Trap Stun? Not using the Obedience School, they're probably going to wait until they can Trap Stun because they did see real back row out of their opponent last game. Or did they? Well, the first game, I guess, they saw Fiendish and stuff. Here they're going to activate Wisdom. They take a second to think. They go Wing Blast chain to that to get rid of the Tower. Oh, they're doing that. That was all in draw phase, I'm guessing, so they were trying to put this back to get an extra draw, but obviously that's not working. Here, Reckless Greed is activated. And Blab chains Trap Stun, and then they just go Battle Phase, attack in for 29. Main Phase 2, they set the MST. Blab gets a copy of Soul Charge. So, Obedience Schooled Soul Charge is really crazy. And let's see what happens. They go Obedience Schooled, which basically says, if you control no monsters, special summon 3 level 2 or lower beast effect type monsters with different names from your deck. Their effects are negated. Also, they are destroyed during the end phase. For the rest of this turn after this resolves, you can't special summon monsters except beast-type monsters. And they're taking some time. They summon Cerebral, Kalantosa, and Pompoko. So, let's see. They say it's good. Overlaying 2 for a copy of Sendayu. Book of Moon is activated, flipping the Sendayu. They normal summon Tantan, overlay for another Sendayu. Use the effect to get a token, which is going to be 2900. They go to battle phase, attack into the world, and then attack in for 1,000. During end phase, MST's activated, getting rid of the Wing Blast. Here, Jay's back gets a copy of Tower, and oh, they have the Wisdom engraved, so this is actually, the Crescent can't be activated here. The Tower is all right, but it's going to take a turn for that to actually kick in. So they activate the Tower and pass. Here, Blab gets another Obedience School, which unfortunately they can't activate here because they have monsters on field. Flipping up the Sendayu. They take some time to think, and they use the effect to summon a token. And then from here, they go Soul Charge, okay, summoning the Cerebral and Tantan, so choosing to go for a different type of play over just pushing in for some damage. It wouldn't have been game regardless there, but I guess they just want to set up a nice board. Here it looks like they're Synchro Summoning, oh, for 5, yeah, right, the Ragin, which will draw 2, getting another Soul Charge and a Cerebral here. And, okay, lots of thinking here. They summon the Cerebral. Oh, right, because they had started their turn by just flip summoning a token, and then Soul Charging. So yeah, they hadn't normal summon there. So they are going to summon the Cerebral and synchro with the Ragin for a copy of Michael, which can get rid of the Tower by paying 1,000 life. So now Jay's back really needs to draw something, and then here the other Sendayu can make a token, which is going to copy Michael's attack. So a lot on board here. Switching these two to defense, end phase milling 3 off the Michael, and right away we already see a Redox, which is a crazy mill here, and a Cerebral and a Tour Guide. Here, Jay's back gets a copy of Fate, and unfortunately, again, you need a Spellcaster for that, so that is unfortunate, so Blab takes this one. Really cool to see this deck actually go off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on it. Comment any questions or videos you want to see in the future. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified anytime I put a new video out, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to go down to the video description to find out how you can send in your hat format replays. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video.